they just kill everything. And that's just not the answer. You know, we need a healthy ecosystem, you know, and that's what's going to save our lakes.
An algae crisis threatening our treasure coast.
A cycle of despair and disgust amidst promises made and broken.
Billions of gallons of water are rushing from Lake Okeechobee to our coastline.
How much pollution is too much? How much danger is too much? How much before this will stop?
Unfortunately, in Florida, there's a lot of ways that our water gets poisoned, and some of it is from runoff from yards or fields or septic tanks or golf courses, or you name it. It can come off of roadways, but some of it comes from crop dusters and helicopters and off of boats being sprayed directly in the water because Florida's trying to manage invasive species.
They're very indiscriminate. They spray everything that's green, and that's not an exaggeration. When they spray the water lettuce, and the hyacinth especially, it dies almost immediately. It sinks to the bottom. It starts to decompose, and now almost every lake in Florida has at least a 3-foot deep muck layer.
They kill off all of the plant life and the invertebrates and the vertebrates and the fish and all that stuff. They just kill everything.
It's having a huge adverse effect on the lower food chain, on the frogs, the grass shrimp, the shiners, the insect larvae. All those things that make up the food chain that make a lake healthy are being destroyed.
We all need to ask ourselves if what we're doing is actually working against Everglades restoration. Is spraying toxic chemicals into the water that's ultimately meant to flow south, does that actually harm our Everglades, harm the wildlife, harm the tree islands and the fish and everything else that's coming in contact with those waters that are being sprayed with toxic chemicals like aquathol and endothol and glyphosate? And that's something that we need to ask ourselves, are we okay with that poisoning of our waterways? And I think the answer should be no.
A group of fishermen say they want to see FWC stop aquatic spraying for floating plants.
These fishermen are passionate about their message, and they've been out here for hours.
We need to cut back on the amount of chemical herbicides that are used. And we have about 65,000 acres of lakes that need to be used as the salad bowl filter marsh God intended them to be.
This year, we worked to have a provision put into appropriations, an appropriations bill that said the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers needs to prioritize using mechanical harvesting to get rid of these invasive species instead of spraying toxic chemicals into our waterways.
Allow these plants to grow, allow them to do their job to filter the water, and then mechanically harvest them out, which, number one, eliminates poison from going in the water. It eliminates the huge thick muck layers that are building up on the bottom. And number three, it removes the nitrogen and phosphorus from the water.
For the past 20 years, we've been in this war with Mother Nature where we think that we can outsmart her. She's been trying to give us all these plants to take the nutrients out. And what we need to do is just let her take care of the problem. She can fix these lakes, you know? She knows how to do it, and she can do it for free.
When it comes to managing Florida's waters, whether it's our estuaries or rivers or Lake Okeechobee or Florida's Everglades or anything else, to me, I look at very simply from what I see every night in my house. And I look at my kids in the bathtub and I say, if I wouldn't put something in the bathtub with one of my 4 children, then I gotta fight to keep it out of our waterways. Because my kids are going out there and swimming in those same waterways before they get into the bathtub at night. And it wouldn't make any sense for me to poison my kids in a tub, just like it wouldn't make any sense for me to poison my kids when they're out there just trying to play in Florida's water and have a good time. That's my saying all the time. If I wouldn't put it in the bathtub with one of my kids, then I'm gonna fight to keep it out of Florida waterways.